I'm on a road that has a 30 mph speed limit, and I'm about to turn left into a road which I think is a little bit unfair, a little bit of a trap if you're on your driving test. So I've slowed down, looks like it's safe to turn into the road, no one coming up alongside me in my mirror, and I'm turning into the road. Now I know this road has a 20 mph speed limit. Did you see that speed limit? I didn't. Do you think it would be fair if you were to fail your driving test for going over 20 mph on that section of road? Or if you were to get a speeding ticket for going more than 20 miles an hour? Let me know in the comments. But now I'm going to show you exactly where the speed limit sign is. Because it is there, but where? The speed limit sign is right, wait for it, there. See it? I'll go around a little bit more. There you go. You can see it a bit better now. 20 miles per hour. How could you miss it? To be fair, depending on what sort of vehicle you're driving or exactly how you take the turn, you may just about get a glimpse of it in the top left-hand corner of your windscreen, because that's exactly where you should be looking when you're turning left into a road. I'm going to show you another example. This road has a 30 mph speed limit, and I'm going to turn left again. So check it's safe, slowing down, looking into the road, making sure there's no cyclists coming up alongside me. Road looks clear, let's turn in. Okay, this road has a 20 mph speed limit. Did you see the sign? Well, I didn't. If I was giving a driving lesson and my pupil was to see that sign, I would actually be concerned, because it would mean they are looking in the top left-hand corner of their windscreen. That's not the place you want to be looking when you're turning left into a road. You want to be looking at the road you're turning into, at the pavements for pedestrians, and in your wing mirror to make sure no cyclist is riding alongside you. It also depends what car you're driving, because I have another car where the windscreen starts just a bit lower, and in that car I definitely can't see the sign. From this direction you can see the 20 mph speed limit, although it is really quite close to the end of the road when you're probably dealing with pedestrians and making sure you get a good position as you turn in. Normally the sign would be further into the road to help you see it after the junction. And on this road there is a road marking saying 20. But by the time you reach this and see it, well, you may have already gone over the speed limit. And road markings fade over time. They get worn away. So these road markings may not be here for much longer. And this road has no repeater 20 signs. Many people believe you have to have repeater signs if it's a 20, but you don't have to. It's only a recommendation. And this road has none. So once those road markings have faded away, if you miss that 20 mph sign as you turn into the road, well, you're not going to know this road has a 20 mph speed limit. Here is an example of a speed limit change which is done well, in my opinion. At the moment, this road has a 40 mph speed limit. And there are no signs, so that means if I don't see any signs, it's still going to be a 40 mph speed limit after the roundabout. Let's see what happens here. So I'm getting close to the roundabout now. It's nearly my turn, waiting for this car to go. I don't want to drive into the back of them if they stop unexpectedly. Now it's my turn. I'm making sure it's safe. Looks good. Now I can go. I'm in lane 2. So staying in lane 2. Lane 1 is branching away. Lane 1 has left. I'm now lane 1. Now I'm leaving, dealing with these road markings, staying between the cycle lane and these hatch markings. And now we have the 30 mph sign after I've done the junction in front of me, where I can see it, where I'm looking. That's a speed limit change which I'm likely to notice. Here's a road that catches people out on their driving test. This road has a 30 mph speed limit. Up ahead is a crossroads. If I was to continue straight, it's a 20 mph zone, but I'm not going straight, I'm turning left. So check it's safe, signal left, slow down, make sure no one's crossing the road, particularly in front of this parked vehicle. Looks clear, left side's clear as I move in. It's a one-way road to the left. Make sure no one's coming from ahead as well. Be careful there. Let's go forwards a little bit more. Right, looks safe. And now let's go. This road has a 20 mile per hour speed limit. Did you see the sign? There was a sign there, but it's not where you'd be looking. It should be on the road just after you turn so that you can see it. There is a reminder painted on the road here, but that's a bit late. And that's already getting faded. You can barely see that already. In a few more months, you might not be able to see that. And there are no 20 reminder signs on this road either. Here is a replay to show you where the speed limit sign is. It's easy enough to see the sign if you are looking there, but that's not the normal place to focus when you're turning left at a crossroads. Locals may know where the sign is, but would you see it if you didn't know the area? My pupils certainly don't seem to see it. For it to be seen by most, it needs to be before the crossroads on approach or after the crossroads at the side of the road like here. The next sign isn't as bad, but it's still one a lot of my pupils miss, and a lot of drivers I'm sure miss as well, because they're focusing on this bend, getting around this bend, and the sign's up there. It just seems out of the way. It's almost like hiding in plain sight. It would make more sense to put it on this post here. You're likely to see it there after the bend or a bit more before the bend, not on the bend where the driver is dealing with the bend. Here's another example of a sign that's hiding in plain sight. This road has a 30 mile per hour speed limit. And most of my pupils miss this sign. They miss that this road becomes a 20. As they approach this bend, they are focusing on the bend. They're thinking about this road on the left, this road on the right, and as they get round the bend, they're thinking about the parked vehicles. They're not thinking up there at that sign. If that sign was on this lamppost or the next lamppost, they would probably see it. But nearly all of my pupils miss that 20 sign. They have to learn and remember that this section of road is 20. They can't just read the signs, follow the signs and the road markings. They have to remember it. And if most people are missing something, that to me suggests that it's nothing wrong with the people, it's something wrong with that thing that they are missing. The thing needs to change, not the people. If a speed limit sign is obstructed, let's say a bush has grown over it and you can no longer see it, a driving examiner should take that into consideration. But if the sign is visible, and I have spoken to some examiners about this, if you can see the sign, it's just in an awkward place, then if you go over the speed limit, they're going to have to mark it, depending on how much you go over the speed limit by and for how long. But the problem with those first speed limits I showed you, the first two, where you couldn't actually see it from the driving seat, depending on exactly when you turn left or the sort of car that you're in, you can see those signs from the passenger seat. So the driving examiner can see that there's a 20 mile per hour speed limit sign there, but the driver can't. These awkwardly placed speed limit signs have really been a thing since the introduction of 20 mile per hour speed limits. At least that's my experience. Let me know your experience in the comments. Do you know of signs that have been put in places where you just can't see them when you're driving a car, or in places where you could see them? If you do this, they're not in your normal line of sight for driving, not in the areas you're going to be concentrating on when you're driving. Now, at the moment, I'm in Lexton, Colchester. Lexton is a very old area, and I think this is why the signs are so awkward. I don't know this to be fact, I am just guessing. They don't want loads of signs up, so they don't want repeater signs because, well, it makes the place look less nice. And when they're putting up the proper sort of terminal sign, as it's known, where the speed limit changes, well, they don't want to put it in a notable area because they don't want it to stand out. Or someone might complain, no, you're not putting it outside my house, put it over there. So they end up putting it somewhere sort of out of view where no one's going to notice. But that's the problem. You need to notice it. I'm going to reiterate, I don't know if this is fact, it's just how it feels. It feels like they're trying to put the signs out of sight. If you know why they're putting signs in awkward places, let us know in the comments. But I do know this, if you go over the speed limit, you could be fined. You could potentially lose your license. you could fail your driving test. Therefore, it's important that road signs and markings are clear and visible in places where people are likely to see them, for road safety as well. Well, I hope these awkwardly placed signs haven't caught you out and that you can stay safe on the roads. If you found the video interesting, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're looking for car insurance, check out the links to Collingwood and Confused in the description. If you're learning to drive and want to insure yourself on somebody else's car, then Collingwood are there for you, because you can insure yourself on somebody else's car without affecting the owner's policy. That takes away a big stress from the owner of that car that you're using to practice learning to drive in. And via the link at the moment, it's up to 35% off and a £20 gift card. If you want to insure your own car, I recommend checking out the link to confused.com, because you fill out one quote form and get loads of quotes back to compare who's cheapest without having to fill out loads of quotes. And there are rewards if you buy through Confused, and you can change your car on that quote as many times as you like without having to do the whole quote again. So if you're looking for a different car, it's a quick and easy way to compare how much it costs to insure different cars. Using the links doesn't cost you anything, but it does support the channel, so thank you very much. Subscribe to get my future videos, and until the next one, cheerio.